So this video I'm about to play for you was a press conference between I guess they're being called the Squad. What rhymes with Squad? You'll find out here after I play this video. But it's Talib, Presley, Ocasio-Cortez not seen yet. She's on the right side of Ilhan Omar. So let's play the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. Why blank squad is her name, and if you basically find out a word that rhymes with squad, put it on the front of the double words blank squad, you figure out what their proper name is, if you will. So without further ado, here we go.
In particular, but to all of you, can you respond to some of the president's specific claims, most notably that you're a communist and that you're pro-Al-Qaeda?
So, if you ask this, the worst response you could give is just about this response that Ilhan Omar is about to give. This woman asked, basically Trump leveled the charge that you guys are socialists, communists, etc., and you're pro-jihad, pro-whatever. This is by far the worst response you can give. Without further ado.
You might have noticed how when he said, go back to where you came from, there was an uproar through all of our communities, because every single person who's brown and black at some point in their life in this country heard that. Now, when he made the comment, I know that every single Muslim who has lived in this country and across the world has heard that comment. And so I will not dignify it with an answer, because
So, she won't dignify that with an answer. So, by not stating that you are against communism or socialism, and you are against ISIS or Al-Qaeda, if you will, you're not going to dignify that with a response? So, what does that mean, Miss Omar? To me, that kind of sounds like, basically you're supporting it, but you're not saying you don't support them, but you aren't saying you do support them. But you won't respond to it because, oh wow, that's just a terrible, terrible response. But let's continue with this young woman's response. Phew.
I know that every single Islamophobe, every single person who is hateful
And Islamophobe. What is an Islamophobe? I certainly don't know what it is. So if I criticize or if I have certain questions for people of the Islamic faith, I'm an Islamophobe? What, I can't ask questions now, Ms. Omar? I thought this was the United States. So apparently in your eyes, in your squad's eyes, if I beg and dare ask questions about you, and about your loyalties, if you will, I'm a bad person? How is that? Interesting. Continue.
who is driven by an ideology of othering, as this president.
Again, I've talked about this in the past. These are buzzwords that don't mean shit. Othering? I'll put the definition right here. Othering? You see, to the normal person who hasn't been to a higher education, if you will, so higher than a four-year college, I've heard this term, what was it, about 2016? I was in a history class for a master's. I heard this, I was like, othering? I was like, so I was on my phone, I kind of Googled it, I was like, what the hell does this freaking mean? And even then I'm like, what the hell does this mean? This is stupid. Othering? So if you don't know what that means, othering is, if you don't have the intestinal fortitude or the intelligence to go Google this and figure it out, even if you figured out to Google it, unfortunately use DuckDuckGo, and you try to get the definition, what does that tell you? If you have no concept or context of what that stupid frickin' word means. Again, this is what the squad does. They use big words. They use words that are just made up, seems like sometimes. They throw it back at you if you question their loyalty. Because, I don't know, she's got some pretty shady things in her past, especially with her brother. You guys DuckDuckGo that, or DDG. That's what you should probably call it. You should DDG that, or Google it if you will. But let's continue.
President is rejoices in us responding to that,
and yet he rejoices in you responding to it, and yet here you are responding to it. Do you not see the stupidity in what you just said, Miss Omar? Of course you do. Of course you do. Idiot.
us defending ourselves. I do not expect every time there is a white supremacist.
Here we go with this premise. This is always good, because whenever something like this happens, let's say this guy has some loose affiliation with some Baptist church, if you will. Everybody in this squad right here requires anybody who's white, of light brown skinned, to respond to it and condemn it. But anytime someone throws Molotov cocktails and attacks a Tacoma, Washington ICE detention center, not one of these four women have condemned it. Not that I know. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. But this is going to get good.
Who attacks, or there is a white man who kills in a school or in a movie theater, or
Notice what she just said there. She said a white man that attacks a school, a movie theater, etc. But she never mentions the other numerous attacks by the other races, if you will. What about Chicago? There's scores of people being shot and injured and killed there. So why did she focus on white people? She must have a negative, dare I say, she must have a bias, maybe a hatred towards white people. I don't know, but this statement she just stated, that kind of sounds like it.
in a mosque or in a synagogue, I don't expect my white community members to respond on whether they love that person or not.
But yet, you do, Miss Omar, you do. But no one holds your feet to the fire. But this is what it is. This right here, these four women, this is the face and voice of the new Socialist Democratic Party of the United States. This is them. They run the left. Pelosi's not in charge. Not even close to being in charge. She basically just owned. These four people own the Democratic left. Congratulations, people. You just played yourself.
And so I think it is beyond time. It's beyond time to ask Muslims to condemn terrorists.
Yeah, God forbid Muslims condemn other Muslims for basically bastardizing their religion. God forbid, Miss Omar. We wouldn't want that to happen. Oh yeah, when then we're constantly told that the white people need to give up reparations for slavery. But I never owned a slave. My father never owned them. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, even my great-great-great-grandfather never did. So how am I, the cojones that you have, Miss Omar, to say that it's it's far beyond time to have Muslims, condemn other Muslims. Yeah, you should. It's the right thing to do, regardless. But yet, here you are. Good frickin' God.
We are no longer going to allow the dignification of such ridiculous statement.
But she never answered the question. She basically gave a response to it, a statement. But she didn't answer the question. She basically said, I'm not gonna dignify that for a response. So you like ISIS and Al Qaeda? I won't dignify that with a response. Okay. You see where this is going? I sure the hell do. This lady, these four ladies, the squad, if you will, the squad. Yeah. This is the face of the new Democratic Socialist Party right here. Congratulations. This is what you get. You wanted it, people on the left, you got it.